Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Yellow. Come on, Eddie.
Stick it to Mike.
I got him.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey. 4 down. 87's mine. I got 87.
Hey, 57 color.
Mahomes now to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Tight end right. We got 4. Undercrunch. Showing it.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Kelce, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons, 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field.
Lucky.
On first down, it's Grant. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. Is nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 44, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Jackson going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They go play action with Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on first down. Grant. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Grant. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fielded at about the 28. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Jackson, that is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on. Shit, son. Shit.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Grant. They find some open field here. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Check 56. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Here's Grant. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Butker pulled it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready, set. 56 is the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hayward. 56.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here we go. Check 24.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
4 down. Hey, 57. Alpha.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Fight on these two. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
They will run with Grant.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score, Ravens 14, Chiefs nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight ends. 3 down. Hey, 43. Right side.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive step.
And now look at him go. 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over at their own 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down. On first down, Grant. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Corey Grant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
On set. Harper. 53. Mike 53.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
To throw is Jackson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Mahomes now on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Mike 56.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 12-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front.
Brendan, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
53, check 53. Hey, 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 hey.
After the interception, here's Jackson. They complete it to Hill. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Being chased out left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball.
Mahomes now to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
With the score, Ravens 35, Chiefs 6.
Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This is Grant. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing.
Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down. Roquan Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can't stop me.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. Watkins, the intended receiver. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That goes for a gain of 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their number.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
16 yards on that one at a Raven 1st. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That's taken in by Callaway. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 32-yard line. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now it's Jackson dancing to his left. The quick feet by Jackson. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Jackson now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go back to Grant. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. They're 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Yellow, on the line, right there, 56. Drop deep, drop deep.
Mahomes going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
I'm going back.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A big offensive explosion.